Hi, welcome back everyone to the channel. Hope everyone's keeping well. Well, today I'm in a place called Clifton, which is famous for something you may have heard of, which is the suspension bridge. We may take a look at that a bit later on. But this is Clifton Village. It's the more residential part of Bristol. It's kind of posh. The houses here are well known for being really expensive, and living here is really expensive. Although the place where I am at the moment is more of a, well, I don't know how to describe it. It's not so wealthy part of Clifton. It's still quite wealthy, but not as wealthy. It consists of some shops, and in front of me is a very big shopping centre with a multi-storey car park, etc. I'm actually behind the space at the moment. I had to bring my daughter over here. She had an appointment at 10 o'clock, and it's just gone 10 o'clock now. So I'm now sat here waiting for an hour. It's kind of a light bluey grey day. The sun is out. For me, I hate the sun. I'm sat here at the moment with the car running with the aircon on, just to keep cool. So I don't know about you guys, this temperature and hot weather just doesn't do the MS any good. I can cope with it for a couple of hours, but more than that, I get really, I don't know how to describe it. My body just stops working. Predominantly, as you all know, I've got problems with sort of the left-hand side of my body. That kind of gets worse. Left leg decides it doesn't want to be there at all anymore. And it's gone from not being able to feel my leg to not being able to move my leg, which is not a nice thing. But it is what it is. We got until September, and in true British style, we moan about the bad weather, the rain and all the grey and horrible, and then the moment it's sunny, we moan about it being too hot and humid. So we're never happy, really never happy. So for me, as you know, I went for my MRI scan back in February, and it's now May. And so far I've not heard anything back from the appointment. So I'm suggesting no news is good news. I did have a telephone consultancy set up for Friday just gone. That was cancelled because the neurologist was unwell. Things happen, you can't help being unwell. So that will be rescheduled at some point. Watch this space. The eyesight has come back remarkably well. I still do get the occasional twitch in my left eye. If I look right, it does sort of twitch a little bit, but it's not that common. It does it anymore. It's maybe once, twice a month, if that. So I think, to be honest, I'm very lucky again that there's nothing major difference. Unfortunately, the colour blindness is still there. It hasn't fixed. But I've kind of got used to it. My right eye is compensating brilliantly for the left eye's lack of colour. So I am doing well on that front. Work-wise, still not finding a job, still waiting for a pension company to agree that MS is not curable, and there's no way that I will ever improve, blah, 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 blah. But until that comes through, I do have to keep looking for work. Just keeps me sane. Applying for loads of jobs and still getting replies back saying thanks but no thanks. We've got better candidates. You weren't successful. The role has been withdrawn. Blah blah blah. So we can only just try what we can try. As I said, I'm up in Clifton, which is quite close to the very famous Clifton suspension bridge. Hopefully we'll have a little wander over that on the way home. I'll have to get my daughter to film it for me because I'm going to be driving. Hopefully, you never know, we might even get dew drips over the bridge, because unfortunately if I go over the bridge, coming over that side of the river does make it a little more complicated to get home, but not totally complicated, but it's just difficult. So we may go over and come back over the bridge twice. We will see, etc., etc. I'm on Uber duties this week. I seem to be Ubering all over. As soon as I finish here, I've got to go home and load up some garbage to get rid of. I've got some an old electric saw that I used to have until it broke, and I cannot get spares for it anymore. They don't make them, and to have one machine to replace it will cost me more than the machine's worth, so I've had to dispose of it. A lot of people said chop it up and put it into the black bins. I've chopped it up to make it small enough to carry. We're going to the municipal recycling centre around about 2 o'clock today. The new centre near me, we've now got to make an appointment 2 weeks in advance to go there. So I'm going to be experiencing that for the first time. Used to be able to just drive in and drop off at leisure, but that's all gone out the window now. So we'll have to try the new system. But as I said, rather than just chucking it in the bin and letting somebody else sort it out, we're going down to the recycling centre. I've separated all the pits out to ferrous, non-ferrous, etc., etc. My daughter also has some garden waste from her allotment to get rid of. And as there is green recycling bins at the centre, we're going to be taking some of that down. So I should be going home from Clifton, dropping over to my house. May have to have a slight loo break. We'll see. And then from there to from there to the allotment to go and grab these bags of, I think she said it was grass and some other bits where she's been tidying it up. And then go and dispose of that. And then hopefully the temperature will have dropped off a bit, because I want to get out and do some radio. Have been suffering badly for the last week of I can't be asked mode, where is I'll get up to go and do something, and then just as I'm about to do it, I just go into the I can't be asked and nothing happens. I was going to do some radio this week, was literally up early in the morning. I was up at 4 o'clock to be out the door for 5. And at sort of 5 o'clock, I just went, nah, I can't be asked, and go back to sleep. I needed to do some stuff up in the workshop to just sort of carry on collecting rubbish together for today. And I've had the I can't be asked thing about that as well. I don't know where it's coming from or anything like that. Somebody has suggested it could be depression. I do not feel depressed. I do not feel sad or anything or nothing like that. It's just that I get these I can't be asked. So I don't know if any of you other guys out there get this or anything similar. I do know I haven't suffered it for a little while now, probably a good couple of months. I used to get this, what I call, and I've told my wife, is the veil of doom. I could be quite cheerful and happy, and then all of a sudden it's like somebody's dropped a blanket or a veil of doom over me, and I really hit a dark space. It feels like everything is out to get me, and I can't do anything. If I do it, it's going to go wrong and I'll be punished for it. And all worst nightmares and the realization of the MS and all sorts of things that really pile on me for could be 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days, and then bang, it's gone. It is literally weird. I've also had a little bit more of a rant at parking again. Our local supermarket, Asda supermarket, has bought some brand new electric vehicles for deliveries. Fine. I'm all for trying to do bits for the environment. However, they've parked all of the vehicles in disabled bays in the car park. Now, it's a big car park. There are a lot of places there they can park in. It's not particularly an improvement for cables or anything like that, but we've lost a whole load of disabled parking spaces, and during a busy time it is quite impossible to get anywhere to get in there to shop. Why they park them there, I don't know. I've seen one on charge, and all that has done is left a very, very big trip hazard in the walkway for anybody walking down there. You know, they could go fly over the cable. But anyway, I've ranted on. Sorry about that. But just to recap, I'm fine. If I can get some footage of going over Clifton Bristol Bridge, I'd love to share that with you guys. It used to be, when I was a kid, 2p to go over the bridge. It's now £1 each way. So that's a bit of a shocker nowadays. But other than that, everything else is superly duperly happy with me. The I don't give a damn thing, yeah, that's a bit of a problem. However, some of it might be psychologically imperative that it's nice weather and I'm fearful of going out in the nice weather and becoming ill. Maybe that's something to do with it. Don't know. For now, I'll leave you guys to it. Hopefully everybody will stay safe and well until the next posting, which I don't know when that'll be. As you can tell, I don't post very often. But if you are new to the channel, I'd love you to subscribe, because hey, if I can get my subscriptions over 50, I'll be happy. You know, not looking at monetizing the channel or anything. It's just proving to myself that it can be done. Yeah, as I said, if you subscribe and then hit the bell, it will notify you when I do post videos, which, as I said, is not that often. And if you could give it a thumbs up, that will keep the algorithm happy, and hopefully promote the videos and things. But again, if you've got anything or ideas, suggestions, thoughts, as I said, ideas for videos, talking points or anything like that, drop them in the comments below. Love to hear from you guys. Catch you all later. Bye bye.